Alright. Sorry about that. That was a whole lot of mess up, yes. And I know my model is kind of off. Like I feel like okay. Maybe it's just off for me. Maybe it's just hold on. No, it's like wobbly. That's crazy. What the heck? We're going to hold on a second. Ugh, this is so dumb. We are going to be doing Lego building, but right now it's just having we're having 20 minutes of dead air, which is great. Hold on. Okay, sorry for the delay. I think I fixed it. I think my so Fuwa, my VTuber mom, I guess you can say, and she's the one that rigged and did the art. I think she fixed. So we were like doing a thing, where I wanted to get something fixed, and I think I think she graciously fixed my my physics as well. But I think the problem is that I have my physics because I'm really bad at gesturing. So I had my physics like way up, and it was very weird. I was like, what the heck? Why is my like head going whoa and whoa and whoa? Physics. Anyway, I figured I'd stream. I was trying to. So I messed up this year. I participated in Extra Life, but I didn't really I didn't advertise it, and I didn't really say anything about it. So I figured that I felt like I should do something for tonight, because it is the game day tonight, and yeah, I just felt like I was like, I probably should do a little bit of something. So I figured, well, we need to build up this, which, oh boy, I still feel it's very crunchy. I feel like I should have done this differently, but we still need to finish this, right? So we still need to do a couple more layers. So I figured, why not stream doing this? Stream doing this. So where I left off, obviously you can see it's been plated for one layer. This is the first layer, and I realized that so I have these little things on the side. There's a stud knot on top. There's a snot brick right here. And I figured that I will use I don't know why I just said it that way. That was weird. I'm going to use those in order to help with extra structure. Hold on. Oh boy, this was a bad idea. I need another table. I need another table to work on. Not to work with. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the snot bricks here. The concept is ideally what we're going to do. The hair needs to be fixed a little bit. No, it's fine. Is we're going to do layers, right? So I wonder if I can. Let me build this up first, and then I'll show you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm just not explaining it very well. It's not very explanatory. Right, so then that doesn't work. Okay, what was it again? Was it 2 bricks high? And then it would line up. Is it 2 bricks like that in the map? Or first up, let's line up right. Okay. Yeah. I was incorrect. It's 1 brick high. So 1 brick high and a plate. That's a kidding. 1 brick high and a plate. Right now we're just going to use a plate to show you, so I can remove and then I can show you. I can show you what I'm talking about. Yeah. So then I can show you what I'm talking about. Because that's the thing. It's like I'll tell you what I'm talking about. All right. So. Oh, it's the fudge. It's not a. Wait, no. Is it too long? No, it is a. It's like a brick and a half. Oh, that's so annoying. That's so annoying. Is it then 2 plates? Is it 2 plates? It's like a half plate? What the fudge? Oh, this is so irritating. Okay. Okay. So, hold on. I need a longer. This is the brick. Okay. That's not good. So what if we do 2 bricks? Is that gonna work? There we go. Now I can show you. I can show it to you what I was talking about. I was like, what the hell? So basically, take the camera. Just take the camera. As we also have the pad just go down to the ground. So many things fell off. Alright. So this is what I'm talking about with the studs on top. It's that it's going to add extra structure because there will be a side connection too. So that sucked every time. I swear, my stream setup is like the most chaotic thing I've ever. I think we're gonna need to learn how to figure this out, make this work. Not tonight, but sometime we'll have to figure it out. So yeah, that's what I'm basically working on, and it's gonna have to be like 2 bricks. Anyway, it's gonna be like 2 bricks, 3 bricks high, and stuff, and then that's what we're going to do. So what I'm thinking is I think that we need this to at least be like using a handy dandy brick ruler. We need it to be at least if it's like half the size of it, half the height, we need this to be at least 15 to 20 bricks. Ideally, we are going to be dealing with 22 bricks high. I don't know if we can actually make that work. And then we had to figure out, so one of the things I want to do is I want to add a light right in the center, right? So that if I need like a lighted platform, I know where to stick my figures and stuff or something like that. And I was thinking that like we could do that by using also the studs on top, snot brick technique, because I found out, and I've got a lot of these bricks, so it's like this is perfect. I needed to use these bricks, but the headlight brick and a stud on top can create this little panel, so these can connect onto the bricks, right? And then these also can connect onto bricks. And then they line up perfectly. So this is connected to this, like this is connected. So how it would work, essentially, it would be like this. We would have a plate here, and a plate. Oh, that's not good. And a plate on the other side. Give me 1 second. I just gotta. Alright. So, essentially, it would be in between plates, and then this would be in the center, and then I would have like a light thing here, and it would shine in a way that you'd actually be able to like see light. And then I was also thinking we could also create a layer of these things, where it's like a layer of stud on top, transparent bricks, or stud on top, using snot technique of like a layer of just this. And I think these are the equivalency of like a brick, maybe? It's a good question. We're going to test this right now. Right. It's a brick and a plate. It's a brick and a plate high. So if we did like, yeah, so if we did like a stud on top. And technically, ooh, this is not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not what we want. It's gonna be a little weird. But yeah, it would be a stud and a plate. So 2 plates and a stud. What am I talking about? It would be a brick and 2 plates and a stud. That's stupid. Let me see how that would look. Oh, crazy. It's not exactly flush either. We'd work something out. But I think on this first layer, we're just going to reinforce with another brick layer. Because I think using Gwen Stacy as like Spider-Gwen as like an example of like, because I want to make that basement, right? And what I mean by basement is that it would be like underneath the platform where I do show things, I can also like display things underneath. And there will be a light there as well, right? As I was saying before. And she's like, okay, she's like 15 bricks high, 16 maybe. So average would probably be, we'd want it to make sure maybe we use the extra 2 bricks. I mean, we only do like 2 brick high and then empty space. I don't know how that would work. But I definitely want to make it try to work. So we're gonna try doing that today. How are we going to do that? Are we gonna do that with bricks? We're gonna do that with bricks. I have like lots of, you know what I'm gonna try to do? Because I have lots of them. Let's try to see if we can cover this entire thing. This might be ridiculous, but I'm gonna try to do this all in. I wonder if I have enough translucent bricks to cover this entire thing. I'm very curious actually now. So we're just gonna do that. That's weird. This is gonna be fun. Let's see if we can do it. I think that I do have enough bricks. I think that's the crazy part, is that I think I do have enough bricks for this. Yeah, I think I do. Oh, this is gonna be crazy. This could be fun. You know what? That's the fun thing about Lego, right? Building Lego stuff is that like you can do some weird things, and it works or it doesn't work. But you know, the whole point is having fun, right? It's just being creative or things like that. And some people say this doing stuff like this isn't really creative because it's just stacking bricks and you're just building a simple thing. But I think it's kind of creative because then it kind of lets you figure out what you need for the basic stuff. And I think what I'm doing right now with this clear layer is just testing out. I'm just testing something out. I just want to know, because I'm very curious, if I could condense a layer, right? And I want to know what that looks like with the transparent bricks, because I haven't really done that. So before I get too far in, might as well figure it. That we try it. I think I'll have enough for blue and red. With the blue and red that I have in here, I think it'll be enough. And it could look really, really cool. I probably won't keep it that way though, because the thing is that like this layer would actually, I should probably stop doing it now. Because this layer is not the layer that we're going to see. Right, that's not going to be the layer that we see. So I'm just going to stop this. I'm going to use a colored brick. We're going to use this nougat. This fun nougat one, because I got so many of these as well. I don't remember what I was thinking I was going to build, but I think it just was the color. I think I was like, oh, this color looks cool. I'm going to like get a bunch of it. And I have a bunch of it. I have no idea. Like even in my building ideas, I'm like, I really don't know what the heck I'm going to do with this. So we're gonna just you're gonna use these. All right, we're gonna use these all over. Right. So we're just going to start with these and see if we can cover entire. How condensed? Like, is that going to be a bad thing, right? Like, let's see how bad that might turn out. Because if it's gonna be like, if it's gonna be like hard to pull apart, that might be a little too structurally strong, right? Because then I'd be like, great, can't take them apart. But we'll see. We're going to do border first, and then if we run out of bricks, we'll move to a different color. I also have 1x4 blue bricks too. So if this works, we're gonna test it and stress test it, right? I might switch it up to doing that, so there's a little more connection with the blue 1x4s. But we'll see. Because I built this interestingly enough that like none of these plates are interlocking with each other. None of the bricks are actually interlocking the plates. They're just kind of, right now anyway, when you go around the border. And we're going to take this off. That just snaps right off, which is nice. That's my wall of, if you're wondering what this is, it's the wall of letters from some of the VTubers that I watched, and I picked up the merch and the friends and stuff. I like these. I'd like to, well, at least acquaintances, right? I would like to think that we're friends. Anyway, so yeah, it's just letters, and I kind of stuck them with, so I used, at first I was like using purple brick, and I was like, no one's gonna see this. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I've got a lot of these, and I like this color, and I like to see them when the letters are in there. That was, obviously that one's got covered up again. I need to adjust this, but it's basically clear window panels. And it's clear window panels, and then translucent brick, and then these 1x5 by 1, 1x2, 1x5 by 2 panels in between, and it basically it kind of sort of sticks the letters in. I got this idea. I don't remember where I got this idea, but my mother has a similar thing with a table. It's resin, and then all of our like letters and cards that we've written. It's like in that, and so it's very similar. So I figured that this would work, and it has worked for the letters that I have so far. So, you know, it's pretty cool. But we are going to probably need to put that on later. So I'm gonna put that aside. Please don't fall. I don't just smash it onto the ground. It's pretty soundly structured though, so I'm gonna probably lose a lot. But I'm gonna take that risk. Yeah, I don't want to take that risk. So I'm just gonna leave that as is. This over here so I can see better. Oh, what the heck? There we go. Yeah. So this is good. This is gonna work out for great testing. It also will show me that I don't know if this 48 by 48. This is 48 by 48. 48 by 48. 48 by 48. That's 8 times. let's see. So we'll be 50 times 50. Oh shoot. 48 times 50. Right. Let's just add a 0. Oh my god, my brain. So we add a 0 because obviously it's just 0. 2 zeros, maybe. Yep. Yeah. 2. We got a 0, and then 5 times 8 is 5 times 8 is 40, and then 5 times 4 is 20. So 24. 24,000? No. Hold on. Math is not my strongest suit. I want to say it's like 22 something. 48 times 48 equals 2304. Yeah, that's so close. So 2304 divided by 2. It can be done. These, how many would that be then? That would be 230, 115, 115, 1,502 pieces of 100, 11, 1,000. What am I going on? What am I doing? 1,152 of these. I don't think I have that many, but we will keep going. I'm full sure can do the border. I know I can do that. I don't think, oh hey, there isn't actually on the bottom. I wish I could show you. I wish I had a better wide angle shot. Alright, I'm going to try to, hopefully it doesn't mess up. Okay, so, okay, good. So, we have it on the bottom, and then we have it on the back. So, we're actually, you know what? This is actually not a bad idea. We'll do the wide angle. I wonder if I can zoom, but not zoom in too much. There we go, cool. Okay, so you can kind of see it, but not completely see the rest of my room. There we go. So this is actually interlocking. This one's interlocking right down here, where my finger is. This one right here. So I wasn't correct. So just because of the way I built it, I didn't realize it would interlock, but it does, which is great. But we'll see how things work out. Alright, so I need to remember that this does need to have at least 2 bricks and a couple plates high. Let's see that again. Alright, let's... I'm going to just do a quick test again, because that's what Lego is all about. It's Lego is all about trial and error, as they say. Trial and error. No, so you do need another plate. So it will need to be at least 2 plates high. But I don't think any more than that. I think we'll keep it at that. And I want to do, in the center, I think I'm going to do some pillars. And the basement. What the hell? Is it 2 plates and a brick? Or is it 3 bricks? Is it 2 bricks? I don't remember. I guess we're going to find out. I don't remember the calculations. We're going to find out. Alright, so there we go. And then, there we go, and then, alright, yeah, there we go. It would be 2 more, a brick, another brick, 2 more bricks, Okay, yeah. All right, so that'll work out. So we just need to remember it's 2 bricks. So that 2 bricks also equals a brick equals 3 plates. So if we do 3 plates, oh boy, we're gonna have to do interesting math. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm pretty sure I don't have 1,000 of these here. Is 2x1s. So, but I want to see, like I said, I still want to see, and this is a very long trial and error, of course, because like it's like the whole thing. But I want to see if it's possible. I want to see how rigid that is. 'Cause I think it's not going to be very flexible at all. Actually, now that I think about it, I should have done this with the bottom layer. Shoot. Never mind. Never mind. This is this is called experimenting. This is how it works. Trial and error. Always trial and error. But now that I'm thinking about it, see, like it comes to your mind, and you know, you think like these like basic things are like that you're like, oh, well, these are just simple. It's just plugging in these bricks and you're just stacking them. You see, everything has obstacles and challenges, and makes you, and can be thought provoking, depending on what you're doing. So for this instance, because I'm going to be adding layers, it's very thought provoking to me that I'm like also thinking about deconstructing some of my stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I should have definitely used this for the bottom layer, because that would be the one that needs to be the most condensed, right? Essentially, but I want to make sure like how easy that is to take apart as well. So I mean, it's still good reason to trial and error this, because I'm curious. Because this is not gonna be, so the problem with doing it this way is that there's no spots that I can press down on. I mean, this is still pretty structured, but there's no spaces that I can like leverage point off of, right? Because like that's the whole thing with a brick separator, is that you need to have something where you can leverage. Oh, I still think I built this pretty constructively. But we'll also see how much weight, because that's the other thing. Each layer is weighty, and I don't know if there's like a weight limit to Lego in regards to stacking Lego. I always wondered about that actually, because there's some of the sets that are layered are like really huge, right? Like the Avengers Tower, right? Because it's like certain things. It's like an elevator. It's like anything. There's only so much a floor can take, or there's only so much weight that something can bear. So I'm very curious to see. And I also just found out that I just found my my long USB wire that was scrunched up in there. So that's interesting. Yes, Danik, it is always good. And hello, good evening. How are you? Hope you're doing well. You know, thank you for coming in. If you feel generous, you can always do !extra life and give to Extra Life. They're a very good, cool organization that helps with Children's Hospital. Helps them raise money, and so that they can continue to provide lower costs for children who have families that are not as able to afford medical care as anyone else. But yes. They do good things. They're actually at GeekCon right now. And I wish I could do more for Extra Life, but I forgot it was the time got away with me this year. Time really did. I'm like surprised it's already November. And I'm just like, oh, you know all those things I said in January that I was going to do? None of it really got done. I did read some books and stuff and things. So, I mean, you know, I did things, but it's still that feeling of like, could have done more. I'm hoping to do more this month. Maybe do another stream this month, just so Extra Life I can really have an actual full-on stream for Extra Life. But I do have to figure it out. But it might be this month, might not. We'll see. You'll see how all of it works. Okay, so then we can definitely do a border, right, of the 2x1s. That's probably fine. Now do we do this? Do we like cross-reference? Cross-reference. Do we do this? Do we switch it up? Is this where we switch it up? This is where it gets curious, because now we have a layer, right? We have a border, right, of 2x1s. But now do we mirror it, or try to like? It wouldn't be an exact mirror, right? Oh my god, wow, this is gonna get very tough to take apart. Oh, you know what we can do, actually? This is fantastic. We can not mirror it. It's an offset. But if you look at it right here, it's really hard to tell. I can't, and I don't want to zoom. I don't want to remove the camera from where it is, because we saw what happened last time. It's offset, so this will work out. So this will actually be offset because it is a Lego stud off. Okay, so all right, so this is gonna be a lot of bricks. It also helps. Doing stuff like this also helps you kind of estimate how fast you can build, right? Or how fast you can put things together. It's not like not necessarily that you're actually that you're timing yourself, right? You don't so depending on what you're doing anyway, or how you build, you don't necessarily have to have a timer on yourself, but it's good to know, kind of like to carve out, like going, oh, okay, this takes like half an hour to do a layer. I just need to carve out like 2 hours so I can do like trial and error, and I can stack things certain ways. I can do some testing. So I think that's also good when you do foundational things. That way you can kind of get that down, and you know like, oh, I want to build like a spaceship, right, or something. But I need to know how this will work, and how much time will take for me to do that build, so I can see how many times I need to like check something or rebuild something, all that stuff. Yeah, all that good stuff. So this is gonna look so weird. I feel like I need to like change the brick color, just because I don't want it to be, I don't really want it to be all brown. I don't have to like make it all brown either. Like I can choose the different colors. I feel like after this one, I think I should change the color. Just because I have a lot. I have a lot of 2x2 bricks. 2x1 bricks. Mainly just because like literally I was talking to the people at my Lego store, and I was like, you know, every time I look at the wall, I'm like, oh, this looks like a different color. This looks like a fun color. I want a bunch of this and this color for this brick. And I'm like, why do I need more 2x1? And I'm like, I don't. But I don't. But I like the color, so I can't just get like a handful, because then that would be lame. I wouldn't have a lot of it. So I need to get like a bunch of it. And then I'm like realizing that like I should have stopped myself. I should have listened to the first voice and been like, you know what? No, you don't need more of that. of that size. You don't need one of that size, even if it's in a special color. They can. What's also really fun is that, like, so you can see when you put so let me show you here a little bit. This is more an advanced thing because I am not a brick bender, but there's a little bit of space. There's a little bit of space in between the brick. It's not completely like solid. And you can kind of, if you do it right, you can bend the, not like bend it like breaking it, but you can use that space to like make a curve. It's crazy. How people have used that like space to do a super slight curve and then eventually becomes like a big curve on big bottles. It's crazy. I can't do it because I'm really scared of like not being able to do it right, but it's crazy. And that's like one of the things I was talking about before. I'm like, if you have the time and if you have the courage and other stuff, you can brick bend these. And it's still not illegal. It's still not stressing it too much. You had to like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So 2x1s are really precious though. So to be fair, it's not a piece that I would like. I can't really use in other things. I have some other specialty bricks that I got obsessed with, and I have too many of those. So I have that. I also know that. I know of that. I know that scenario. But 2x1s are actually not bad if you have too many of them, because you can eventually, because 2x1s can do, so 2x1s obviously is a 2x1, right? 2x1, you can easily make it a 2x2, like a standard brick. You can have them together and you can do them, and then it's, you know, then you can make a line, right? And then if you want to do like offset stuff, you can do this. So you have a little bit of an offset, but it's a 2x3. So yeah, you can really do a lot of things with the 2x1. It's not the worst brick to have on you. In fact, it's probably like the best, most versatile. Like if you had to be like, what's the most reliable brick you can have? The 2x1. Sorry, the 2x1. The 1x1 is pushing it, because 1x1s don't have real structure, and then that's like, it's like, I'm trying to find a way. I don't want to say teeth, but it's kind of like teeth, right? There's not like teeth. Oh man, I don't want that image on my brain. It's 1x1s are like they're just not working. They don't work a lot because it's like they don't have enough grip. Right, they just don't have enough grip as 1x1s, because there's a lot of space, right, between, as I was saying before, 1x1s have a little bit of space in the way you stack them. 1x1s have absolutely like so much space. They're not really good for that. They're like yes, they're like Jello, kind of, not even like Jello. They're like rocks, right? They're like if you were like building with what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, they're kind of like Jello, but like not like Jello. Like in the same sense of that, but they're more like they're like molecules. That's how I'd say it. They're like molecules, right? Like you can make a lattice, right? You can make a really strong lattice, but like at the end of the day, there's still space between them, and if you know how to manipulate it, it's not very strong. Yeah, that one. There you go. Yeah. And then because you can technically stack them up against each other, and like if you're smart enough, you can still make it look really pretty. Like you can make a stained glass window with 1x1s. It's kind of cool, but like you have to make sure that like when you stack them, that you either reinforce them with a bottom that's like a 1x4 or however big the window is, and then the top has to also be like that. And then you want on the sides not to be 1x1s. You want those to be like something different on the outs, like the border around it has to be something more structurally sound. Because yeah, they will fall. Like they don't stack very well. So it's the equivalent of like sandbags too. Like they're the sandbags of the Lego world, I guess. Yeah, I don't like. I have more colors, and I like. I feel like I should, because I have more colors. I should utilize them. I should not make this one color. I've talked about this before in the Lego store as well. Is that I'm like, this shouldn't be. Oh, here we go. We're already running into a little bit of trouble. The best thing for design for Lego, like structurally, it's great. Structurally, I would say it's great to have many of one color, because then you can like blend everything. But depending on the scale and the size, right, one color could look really, really boring. And I know this is going to be covered up, obviously, as we mentioned before. But I feel like the build experience might be more fun if I use different colors. This is a lot. All right. Yeah, because I've got a stack of 1x1s over there. That's like a bunch of different colors. There's like blue, there's like green, there's like yellow, and like it's not like I'm gonna really use them again, right? I'm not gonna be like, oh, I wish I had a lot of like yellow or something like that. So I think I'm gonna bust that out, and then I'm gonna use that instead of using this dark, this light brown nougat color. I will finish this double border though, just because like I like it looking like this. I like it's like a picture frame, right? It's like a picture frame. But definitely, I think I'm gonna switch it up. I think I'm gonna switch it up to that box of like 2x1s. Okay, so. All right, so this got like picture framed out, right? Yeah, the browns. Now I'm gonna take the 2x1 box that I have here of like a bunch of different colors. Cause I've got like pinks in here. Oh, I've got pinks in here. We could do like a layer of pink. Look at that. I've got all these colors. I have all these colors I can play with. I don't know why I was like, I'm gonna use the most boring color, which is the brown. Like I don't know why I did that to myself. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be boring. This is gonna be boring. Like I said, I know that I'm going to be covering it, but why do I subject myself to doing this boring color? Because I've got so many of these. I've got pink and how many do I have? I've got lots of the pink. Let's do green. Let's do green next. There's so many colors. I guess I was not kidding. Like there's like layers. Let me show you how deep this thing is. It's insane. Cause like I said, I've been really bad in regards to like collecting parts, because I do have ideas. I've got like lots of ideas. Like one of the ideas I was going to do, because I have like a lot of bunny sculptures or sets, I was going to try to do a rough recreation of like Bunny Island in Japan, which is a island yeah, Bunny Island. It's an island that is that is resident bunnies on it, and they believe that it's because that was a old test site. It was like an old test site, and they were testing on bunnies, and then so it's like you can see the old factory parts like there if you go there, and you kind of explore. But I think like the thing is that they abandoned it at the end of World War II. They just kind of like forgot it, but they didn't like take the bunnies, right? They didn't like kill the bunnies, which is nice. They didn't kill the bunnies, but they also didn't like take them or move them somewhere. So the bunnies obviously did the bunny thing. Because there's vegetation on there, and that's all bunnies really need is vegetation and like, and then if there's no predators, then they're just gonna like, there's gonna be like a million bunnies. So I had an idea to do that, and then it was gonna be like a giant bunny because of the radiation, like stuff like that. And then I also had a couple of other ideas for like castles and things, and I just never got to them. So I have a lot of these. So this actually is like, look how deep that is. layers and layers of brick and different color, and yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like they're gonna be there forever. And then like bunnies are crazy. Like have you ever heard about the lifespan, the reproductive stuff? Is like they don't need a lot, and like they can like make a litter like. It's crazy. They're almost as scary as like rodents. I think no, sorry. Bunnies are rodents actually. I forgot to mention that. If you were wondering, why do bunnies have such a high population, and why do they like create each other? They're of the rodent family. They're in the same family as, I believe the same. I believe it's the same as the beaver, but they're rodents. Like, they're related to rats and mice. Ooh, that's terrifying. That's terrifying. I could never imagine. Going out. That's terrifying. Seagulls eating. That's terrifying. I don't know if I. Oh my god. That's scary. That is like. My god. What in the. That's like. Why does that exist? I'm gonna have to look at that in some other time. But that's insane and terrifying, all at the same time. Oh, hello, Clone Trooper 44. Oh, I see what you were talking about, Danik. Yeah, I need to fix my my multi-stream thing so that I can have the YouTube chat. But hello, Clone Trooper 44. Hope you're having a good evening and having a nice night. We are just building foundational Lego stuff. Oh, you know what I can do? Okay, so this, I know how to offset this now. Okay, so we start with offsetting this here, and then it'll be offset for the entire thing. Now I figured it out. I was like, why am I doing this weird? So we'll do green. I'm wondering, yeah, we'll do green. We'll do green, and then green into yellow. Maybe? This will be interesting. This will be quite interesting. But yeah, I believe I have to look that up again. Give me 1 second, actually. Let me look that up. They're in the, because they're in the same, you can tell by like the teeth. What is it? Rabbits? Oh, and then bunnies and rabbits are two different things. I hope everyone knows that. They're not actually interchangeable. So I'm going to go look up bunny. The rodenta thing. I feel like that they are. Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That, my keyboard just fell all over the ground. And everything messed up. What's going on? Hopefully... Okay, hold on. Oh, no, that's not... There we go. Did all of them... Did all my stuff, like, just break? That sucked. That was not what I wanted. Oh god, I'm not looking at that. Thank you. Thank you for the link. I'm definitely not looking at that right now. No, they're not rodents. Okay, sorry. They're Lagomorpha. Oh, I'm wrong. What am I talking about? What was I thinking? They're not rodents. I'm just kidding. What the? Okay. Hold on. What are rodents? Now look at this. I'm like going off. I'm going off. I'm going off topic here. I'm completely now. What the heck are rabbits? Okay, no. Okay, hold on. That makes sense. Where's Alien Fist when you need it? When you need her? I am going down a rabbit hole. Okay, yeah. There we go. That's what I thought. I'm sure that you would probably be pissed off hearing me say these things. Which I admit I was very incorrect. I don't know why I said that. I think I was thinking of the basic stuff. Okay, yeah. Now the teeth. Literally, the thing I said that. Okay, so the thing I said that makes them rodents is what makes them not rodents. They're actually Lagomorpha. The Lagomorphs, which I knew that in the back of my brain, and for some reason I was like, this feels wrong. So they're not Rodentia, the Lagomorphs. And then Lagomorphs and Rodentia are actually the difference is by their teeth. And I think beavers also are not part of Rodentia because of the way their teeth are. That's a whole different thing. I don't care about beavers. So rabbits are, but up until 1912, they were considered in the rodent family. Also, like Rodentia is like the largest mammal group. So I couldn't figure out. I was like, I knew, like, I was like, oh, this is correct, but I also kind of felt like I was being dumb. So no, they are not rodents. Disregard what I said. My sources are Rabbitology, by the way. Rabbitology. Alright. Alright, enough about rabbits and bunnies. We are going to go to this different room. Anyway. You should definitely take a look at Alien Fist. She does a lot of bun stuff, and she schooled me and all that stuff. So you should definitely check her out if you have questions about bunnies and things. So I'm gonna stop talking about that stuff right now. Believe it or not, I actually used to look at animal stuff, and when I was a child, there was a lot of persuasion for me to go into. I mean, it could have just been because of Asian things, but I was groomed to go into the medical field, or it also could have been my mother being a nurse, and other things. But one of the things I was like, well, maybe I don't want to work on people. What about being a veterinarian? And surprisingly, that was one that was acceptable. They were like, oh yeah, definitely, that would still be pretty cool, and you get to help animals and do good things. So I definitely looked up a lot of animal stuff when I was a child. So, just as a interesting fun fact, I sometimes know some things about animals. Not a whole ton of things, 100%. I'm always still fascinated by animals though, so I do try to keep up, and I do watch like the documentaries and the National Geographic and things. But I know some things that some people wouldn't know. So cool. For instance, marsupials, they're actually technically, for all intents and purposes, are born prematurely, and then they go into the kangaroo pouch. It's they do stay there when they're older, when they're children, right? And until they go, I think until they get into adulthood, somewhat semi-adulthood. It's like a protective thing, but they are not fully developed when that happens, by the way, just as an FYI. They're actually technically preemies, as they would say in the neonatal unit of a hospital. So yeah, interesting things. Also, kangaroos are like the closest thing we have to perpetual energy, FYI. If you wonder why they never can get tired, or why like they would like be able to definitely like beat the heck out of you or beat you up without getting tired. This is also why you should never box a kangaroo, because their legs and stuff. That's how they actually the way that they move, especially when they hop, it actually generates energy for the next hop, and then the next hop generates energy for the next hop, and the next hop, and the next hop. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't do like a thing with Kangaskhan, right? Which is the kangaroo Pokemon in Pokemon, where they made the Kangaskhan have to always bounce. They did it for Spoink, which was terrifying, by the way. Because Spoink, who evolves into Grumpig, Spoink has to keep bouncing. If they're not bouncing, they actually are dead. It's terrifying. It's a terrifying Pokedex entry. I'm always like, what the heck? What? Why? Why does this exist? Why do they have to do that? Why do they have to be like so? I never understood that about Pokemon. I always wondered. I was always like, is it the design team and localization team just like so bored sometimes that they're like, this Pokemon looks like a balloon, but it'd be fun if the balloon kidnapped children. And I'm like, no, what? No, that's horrifying. Or they like look at a Magcargo. It's a fire. It's a lava snail. It'd be cool if that lava snail was like hotter than the surface of the sun. I don't think that would actually works. But we can just, no one's gonna pay attention to the Pokedex entries. We're just gonna put whatever we want. 3 games later. And the people talking about how terrifying that stuff is. Makes me wonder how many are based on yokai. There's probably a lot. There's quite a bit actually. Frostlass, Glalie, and Frostlass, which evolved from Snorunt, is like the Snow Maiden, the Yuki something. I will obviously probably butchering that name, but I know that there's like, there's like a Snow Maiden tail, and that's what they're based off of. And that's why there's also like 2 different forms of them, or whatever, which is very interesting. And then there's a lot. There's definitely a lot. It's just you just have to like kind of like look into it. Like you have to like just kind of like pick and. It's not like Yokai Watch, right? Well, Yokai Watch is definitely, it's Yokai Watch. It's in the name. Pokemon though, they do it a little bit more in an interesting way. Like I think that for instance, like Golduck, I think was sort of, the design is based on the Kappa, but it's not the Kappa. I think Ludicolo though, I'm pretty sure Ludicolo might be based off the Kappa. Or maybe not. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure that it is, because it's like a duck-looking thing with a cap on its head that carries water. So maybe. Because it definitely has like the was it Lombat? No, Lombax. The two evolutions before Ludicolo definitely have that look too. So, but yeah, I think there's a lot of probably if we cross-referenced it, there's probably a lot. I think Sableye is one of them, because Sableye's whole thing is that they are into like gems and shiny things, and then once they find them, they like don't let go, which is scary. So yeah, I think there's a lot. There is a lot. A lot of the times, and I think a lot of the times that people don't think about like how things are connected as far as like mythology. There's a lot of people are like, oh, why is that a thing? Like the whole so way back when, I think Egypt actually did it first. But there's a toll when you die in the to go to the afterlife. There's a toll you have to pay. Many of these kind of like all of your like beliefs, like I think Judaism is I think they require you have the coins on the eyeballs, I think, and then the Greeks had the token in the mouth, and then Egypt had something else. I think no, they didn't have coins. That's right, they didn't have coins. They had to measure. You had to measure your heart to like a feather. And I think that was the whole point of like ripping out all the organs, was that you wanted to rip out all the organs so that they can be weighed or something. I don't remember. I will be perfectly honest. I'm not 100% sure what that exactly is. Can I not? Oh, I only have an option to like do 1.1 or... Alright, now that we're getting like closer to the inner thing, I think... Osiris. Oh yeah, no, there's Osiris. Osiris does the measuring, but I can't remember what it is, but like I think like there's like a whole thing with that too. Oh, I wasn't talking about Osiris directly. I was talking about like how death, like anyone that's passing over from to the afterlife, there's always like a thing for a lot of mythology, and I'm like, it's just, there's a lot of crossover with a lot of mythologies, and it's just so interesting. It's so interesting that like exists, right? Because like a lot of people don't want to like think that we share a lot of things, especially now, especially in this day and age. There's like a thing about that, but really, if you think about it, we share a lot of things, because based on the stories, right? And especially with like gods, right? A lot of gods. Osiris measures your heart against the feather, and it must be like, yeah, right. But like they have the feather, they have your heart in a jar, or something like that, and like that's why they do that, so that you can get properly weighed, I guess. Stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Like that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that stuff like that. Well, it's like the coin in the mouth, the coin over the eyes, and like also like you can't, like there's certain things you can't do or you'll be cursed. Like curses like is like universality thing, like in that kind of sense. So you know what I can do actually? There we go. It's not too fucked up. It's a little bit better though. I think that the wide shot's too much, and that's the reason why I'm not using it anymore. Because I'm like, you see too much, empty space. This is starting to look like a sandwich. So it's like you have the lettuce, and then you have the bread, and then you have the lettuce, and then you have like the meat, or the onions. Or tomato, like a really bright pink tomato, I guess. And then we're gonna put cheese in there. That's gonna be the yellow. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Lego, like if you look at Lego, I think a lot of there's been an argument in some circles that Lego isn't art. And I find that so funny. I'm like, why is it art? Like, I get it if it was like AI. That's not really art. That's just you putting in a thing, and then technology is doing a thing for you. And you know, but for me, it's like I think that like that's where people kind of break off in regards to being a little too hypocritical of art. I think Lego is art. It can be, right? And I think the thing is that I think it's like the whole like coloring books. Coloring isn't art, but then that's like weird. And I'm like, coloring is art though. Like coloring is important in some cases, and some people that don't draw actually still can color amazingly. So I think I always love how subjective art is, because there's some people that would be like, that's not art. But it's like people don't think. Some people there's like a art form where you poke a hole into your paint can, and then you let it like swirl around like a pendulum. It's called pendulum painting. Or smear painting. No, it's pendulum painting. And people are like, that's not art. You just like poked a hole in a can. And I'm like, but like, they had to think about how it was going to twirl, right? Like they had to think about how they wanted the pendulum to swing in order to make certain things. Granted, like the end product was like kind of abstractly random, but they still had to think about, because like if the pendulum went in a certain direction, it would just not get on the canvas, and you'd have nothing. And then you're like, oh well, that's the look of the draw. That's why it's not an art form, because it's random. But yeah, I'm like, it's like the whole thing that also people don't consider like math as an art. Like math can be art, but it's like the equivalency of calling baking cooking, which baking is technically cooking, and cooking obviously is cooking, but like baking is more mathematical, whereas like culinary cooking is more expressive. It can obviously have numbers and math, but in the same sense, it's it has more creative expression than bakery. Baking is very exact, and then if you're not exact, it could mess up your whole thing. So, you know, it's interesting. It's always interesting having an art debate on things, because a lot of people also still don't think that abstract art is art, because they go, that's just your opinion. That's your interpretation of a freaking of a streak on a canvas. And it's like, yeah, but it made you think. And is that what the most important thing is about art? Is making you think, is provoking thought. And maybe in that case, maybe AI is art in a different fashion. But I don't think that AI is actually art in the same way at this current time anyway. And I think that's what makes it dangerous, is that we as a society need to know that like it's not there. And we shouldn't use it to undermine actual artists and their abilities. Like, I just feel like that's where, like, I wish tech would move it towards like, first off, I think that AI is going to be very difficult in a capitalistic world. But I feel like that like AI should be used for menial tasks that don't like like factory manufacturing and things like that. Like that could be AI. That could totally be AI. And that would make everybody's lives better, right? But I think that's kind of where we have to go with AI, is using it in things. First, using it in things that are monotonous and kind of like not as thought-provoking. So like building things as far as like assembly line things. Or helping out with tools. Like maybe you're getting the perfect lighting, like not necessarily giving you lighting, but like giving you, like telling you how, like when, what time, and what angle would be best, and then you work from that, right? And you can decide to take the advice or not take the advice, rather than being like, oh well, if I just do this, it'll look exactly like it. So anyway, I'm just rambling. I'm sorry, I'm rambling about AI now. I don't want to ramble about AI. That is a subject that is super touchy with everybody so far, currently, especially ones that are non-artists. So I'm not gonna get into that. Wow, this is actually this is actually like, I'm not like annoyed per se that like I still have so much to go, which is really interesting because I'm just really like plugging in these bricks, but like this is actually time consuming. I didn't think about how much time this takes. How much time this takes. Oh, hello. I'm gonna call you Elbay. I'm not really building anything right now. So what I'm building essentially, once it's finished, once it's finished, is that it's going to be a platform. So I do toy photography or toy reviews and certain things. If you've seen it on there's YouTube videos, you can see the YouTube videos of what I actually do. And so what I want to do is like able to like take like figures and then you know like go, oh, this is that, and the platform is to be raised right next to where the rest of my computer stuff is raised to. So it's essentially a Lego stage. A Lego stage or platform, if you will. So that's what we're building. So it does seem like I'm monotonously kind of like plugging in bricks, but I'm doing this because I wanted to test out if you make a layer of just 2x1 bricks and then cover it with like plates, how solid is that? How hard is it to take apart? And other things like that. Because Lego themselves they don't even really sometimes, I feel like they don't always do that either, where you put like that much condensed into Lego. Like this is pretty solid, and I've never seen like a set where it's been like a full layer of just bricks. There's usually like gaps. There's usually gaps in between. So I'm just very curious to see. First off, I'm trying to see how sturdy that will be, and how the layer underneath, because the layer underneath is not solid. There's a little bit of hollow parts underneath the plate. So I want to see how good it takes that in regards to like the weight and stuff. And then yeah, and then I'm wanting to, oh, the platform's definitely going to be heavy. It's for sure going to be heavy. I'm just curious to see what the different layers have as far as load bearing, because I'm very curious, because obviously I don't want the bricks to just like snap apart. My microphone levels are not necessarily low. It's my mic. My mic is not super close to my face because I'm moving back and forth stuff. So it's that I am actually not right up in front of my microphone, because I can be right in front of the microphone. But it yeah, it's like, it's a little bit difficult streaming Lego. This is kind of what the platform's for as well, by the way, because I also use the platform for when I'm building things, as I use it as a surface to build on. It will eventually be tiled as well on the top, so that it'll be smoother. But yeah, like for instance, I also build Lego on here, and in order to have the mic closer without like it being in the way, this needs to be higher, at least a little bit higher, not necessarily the same height as the distance. It's just that I have to I need to make it even, because like here, right here, it's down at the bottom, but if I have it up here, right, I have limited. I can't move things. Like I can only use this hand, because if I use this hand, like now I'm leaning in, right? And that's if I'm right up to the mic, in order to give like proper levels of volume. So that's kind of, yeah, so that's also the reason that we're working on this. And this is going to be a long project. It's going to be like, it's just like if you think about it, like, because a lot of people are always like, oh, but you don't see the fun parts. And I'm like, yeah, but when like, if you've ever seen like a skyscraper being constructed or things like that, like they take a long time, but they have a lot of fundamental stuff inside that they need to work on before you get to see the cool stuff. It's like that. It's like that. Sometimes you have these projects that building projects that there is a lot of like just boring things that you do for a long time. Should I not stream this? Probably not. But I feel like someone at least out there is just wanting to hang out and watch a person put down bricks. So, you know, we're doing it. As far as the current height is, I have a brick ruler. Yeah. And the current height though, it's like 2.5 bricks. Sorry, not 2.5 bricks. It's like 2 and 3/5. 3/5 of a brick. So it's not super tall right now. It is gonna be like 20 bricks high eventually, probably, most likely, maybe even taller. But for right now, it's not super tall. But that's okay. We don't really need it to be super tall, because 4.5 centimeters. No, no. Like a brick is a brick. I think is like it's like half an inch. And I think, shit. You're giving me. Oh my god. I have to freaking look up the math. Height of Lego brick. Oh god. Like 6 centimeters? It's taller than. Oh god. Oh my god. This is like too confusing. This is too many words. Hold on. Oh my god. Yeah, a Lego brick is like it's it's 3.5. No, it's like 3.2 centimeters. 3.2 centimeters. So I have it's bigger than that. So it's not, I mean, they're collectibles, right? There's a whole, you have to be specific when it comes to like wording. I review collectibles. I review collectibles. Reason why is that because like it's a whole messy thing. But no, these aren't. My videos aren't made for kids, for anyone under 13, especially for those that don't have disposable money. But I have actually one of my current popular videos. I have reviewed the Batmobile that McFarlane Toys made. And I have the card. I have the card right here, which I didn't talk about in the review, but I have reviewed that. I've already reviewed that one. It's currently at like 300 something views, but I've reviewed that. I do a lot of, so mostly I do blind boxes, collectibles from, this is like Pop Mart stuff, a lot of Pop Mart stuff, a lot of Lego. There's also going to be, it's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of imports. But also, like, we also have stuff like Marvel Legends and stuff. So we do a bunch of things. We review a lot of collectibles. Figma is like one of the biggest things I have. Figma and Endoroid, actually. In fact, I am planning on doing older reviews on older, because I've got a lot of Nendoroid, and I've got a lot of older Nendoroid. And the thing is like a lot of like old Figma and Nendoroid stuff is also updated. So they'll like very different they're very different where they are now than where they were back then. But also because people are kind of like wanting to pick up second market, aftermarket, pre-owned stuff, and they don't know like stuff on the older ones when they do buy them. And I figured that maybe I can do like old, like throwback reviews of those so that people understand like what they're getting into. Yeah, I don't do any of that stuff, especially because it's game related. Like I used to really be obsessive over card games. Mostly Pokemon at the time, because it's just Pokemon. The really nice thing about Pokemon is that it's also Pokemon related, so it's like fun to collect them. But like I realized how crazy that is. I used to be into Yu-Gi-Oh a long time ago. I definitely got out of that. Never was into Beyblade because give me something that's violent and someone's gonna be violent over it. And I don't really want to deal with that. So, but yeah, more power to you. I know there's a really good audience for that stuff. Where's my makeup brush? For those listening, in regards to toys, in regards to collectibles, get yourself. This seems ridiculous. Thanks for thank you. Not a sweater. It's a kigurumi. It's actually a kigurumi. It's actually like a kigurumi. I do have a lot of sweaters. I have a lot of hoodies. Hoodies are my... unless you're talking about my model, which that's different. Anyway, as I was saying though, for those collectors, I recommend getting this. It's... Oh no, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, it's technically a sweater in a sense, so you're not wrong. It's just different. Yeah, it's something else. But yeah. So as I was saying, these are makeup brushes. They're probably you're fine. It doesn't. They have many words. A lot of people use different words for them, so it's not. Yeah. But yeah. So I was saying though, get these. Because you're gonna have times where there's like a little bit of a dust thing. Where is it? There was like a little piece of dust, but when you get these, because the reason why, like, when you get a big duster, it doesn't actually get in between all the crevices because it's a big duster, right? But these are made to like have things cling to it because it's like on your face, right? And then they have different sizes. And so they're technically like different tools. So I would say get yourself a makeup brush kit. And I heard this from another YouTube video a while ago. Many moons ago. But it's really nice because like you can, for just a basic swipe, you have the bigger brushes, right? And then if you want to get into detail, yeah, they're so helpful. And then if you want to go into detail, you have like, you can get it like tinier ones, right? You can get like a tiny one, and you can just like, it's like paleontology, right? Paleontology and like anthropology, that kind of stuff. Like you can, it's the same reason they have those kind of things too. Is like they don't want to like completely destroy what it is. They just want to brush it off. So that very helpful. This is an FYI. That's like a little fun tip for those that are watching. Is you should do that. All right, I think. Do we go back to pink? Do we change colors? Do I go back to green? I've got so many pink, and I've got so many yellow. Oh, for sure. Like, if you I think it goes without saying. I should say, get yourself, if you also wear makeup and things, get yourself a separate brush set for your collectibles, because obviously, yeah, you don't, because it does, brushes are great because they will stick, but also the other problem is that they will stick, right? So they'll stick. So yeah, you definitely get like separate separate set. What color should we do? You know what? We're gonna do blue. I'm gonna do blue. I don't know. Blue just seems fun. So we'll do blue. Like I feel like this is like already, this is actually not that heavy. It's actually not that heavy. Surprisingly, it's actually not heavy, even though it's very thick. Beige is not really, beige is actually not a common color in Lego. Like beige, if you're gonna do beige, if you're doing a project with beige, you actually have to like order pieces for that. These are like bricks that I just collected from using like pick a brick wall. So they're just they're other random colors. They're not like colors that you would use normally. That's why we have like blue and we have like yellow and we have like pink and green. Mainly because again, as I was saying earlier, you know, I just saw 2x1s are so useful, and then when I see them in like weird colors, I'm always like, ooh, I want to put it in that. I want to put that color in. I want to have that color, and I can't just use like a handful. I have to like do like the whole thing. Like I have to do like a whole like batch. So I don't think I have enough blue, actually. Oh no, I have enough blue. It's just at the bottom. I just have to like get. I just have to get at the bottom. I just have to get to the bottom. It's fine. But yeah, this is actually not as heavy as I thought, which is not too bad. But for those at home, this is already a lot of bricks. So you can technically, yes, you could make a whole layer underneath foundationally of just 2x1s. But it's a lot. It's a lot of bricks. It's crazy. What I would recommend doing this for, now that I'm doing it, what I recommend doing this, I would recommend doing this if you're going to do if you are going to have a lot of things on top, like, and other layers and, stacks, like floors, if you're talking about buildings, because the thing is that, underneath, as we had mentioned, underneath this, is a layer of, it's hollow. It's not hollow, but it's semi hollow. There's some points that don't have supporting brick underneath the plate, and I feel like if you put too much weight on that one side, it would fall apart. And that's not good, right? That's not what we want. But. Oh, yeah. Lego sets are pretty... they're pretty fragile. And as I was saying, the reason why is because they don't do something like this. This is insane. This is insanity. This is insane building. This is like ridiculous. But I wanted to do a trial and error and see what this would look like and what kind of, and we want to do a couple of tests on this. But yeah, most of the time Lego sets, they're not built to be like super duper solid. And because it would be like a ridiculous amount of bricks. Like here, right here, doing the math, this one layer of brick is like, it's like 1,000, it's like 1,100 pieces. When I put the last brick down on top of this, it's gonna be 1,100 bricks. And I haven't even built anything that looks interesting. It's literally just bricks stacked. So could you imagine like a full set that did this as a technique? There was something I saw in here. Oh, there it is. I need to get Yeah, it would be ridiculous. It would be so heavy, and it would be so expensive. Is the other thing. It would be so expensive. It'd be it would be just ridiculous. So this is why I don't normally recommend. This is why I don't normally recommend building this way, because it just takes way too many parts. It's ridiculous. It's too much parts. So. But other than that, it's actually not bad. It's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing. As far as the building part. But yeah, it would be so expensive and be too many parts. It would just be too many parts. Especially when you're moving like the buildings. If you're moving like buildings, it's also definitely harder because there's a lot of pieces that can break off. It will. It will be a lot better when you do it that way. So there's a technique that master builders use, and it's called east, west, north, south. And what that means is that you do... I can't do it. Here, I'll demonstrate with this. Is that you do this way. And then the next layer is this way. So the first layer is one side. It's a nice pattern. It is a nice pattern of colors. I thought it would be fun. You know, like I think that's the other thing, is that that's why a lot of people don't really like just building one monotonous thing. It gets really boring. It's mainly because it looks boring. Like if you're putting down a bunch of like, and sometimes it can be also like painful, depending on what kind of brick you're laying down. But also, but mainly most of the time when it gets boring, it's because it's like one color of something. But yes, to answer your question on the YouTubes, you can that is a technique. It's actually a technique that master builders use at Lego places. And it's called east, west, north, south. And it's used for like structural. Like if you ever look at Legoland, or like if you go to the Lego store and you see those like really big Lego sculptures, a lot of the times they are trying to use that technique, and it's not just stacked up on top of each other like one by one. So it's a valid technique, and it's a very effective technique. So sorry, I just bumped my microphone, and it disconnected. That's also why I need to build this platform, so I don't have to have my cord so stretched out, and then it accidentally bumps. But all right, I'm gonna have to go back to pink because I don't have. Oh, you know what? I have so many. I do, don't I? I have so many of the transparent bricks. I'm going to use the transparent bricks. Even though I said I wasn't going to use them because you don't get to see them, I'm still going to do them. The reason I also don't want to really use the translucent bricks is that they don't have this. So in the transparent bricks, they're hollow inside. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Transparent has no peg. A regular brick has a peg, so it does give a little more cling power. So it's not always the best thing to use structurally. But this is going to be so condensed that I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters, structurally speaking, if I use hollowed out transparent bricks. I don't think it's going to make a difference. Also, see, look at that right there. I might have to actually, you know what I'm gonna have to do? Alright. I'm cheating. Sort of. Because this is like a hollow point. I already noticed that's a hollow point. We're gonna start using 2x2s. Just because I know that's a hollow point right now. And if I just attach them together, it won't be as hollow. So we're kind of cheating. All right. Now that we've got that taken care of. I wasn't kidding. I have so many transparent bricks. It's like insane. And then this is like just the initial sorted out ones. I have even more like unsorted. I really like the transparent bricks though. Like you give me a transparent element, and I'm just gonna like especially if I see it on the Pebble, I'm like always like, oh, I just gotta get a bunch of them. I had to stop myself like maybe 6 months ago, no 3 months ago, or like a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, in regards to just going and looking at the wall at the Lego store, the Potts wall, and then being like, you know, I don't think I need them, but I like to look at them. I'm gonna get a bunch of bricks of this element. I'm gonna get a bunch of this element, and I'm like, why did I get that pot? I don't need it. I already have like so much of it. And then I would keep forgetting that I have so much of it, and still be like, oh, this is cool. I want to get more, and then I end up with so many. It's ridiculous. So, moral of the story: don't just keep buying stuff to buy stuff. Don't keep buying bricks if you don't plan on building anything in the next 6 months. Otherwise, you just accumulate bricks and then you won't know what to do with them. There's so many blue. So many transparent blue. It's really pretty though. Like it looks really nice under the light. It looks really cool. This has taken me an hour, 2 hours. Well, maybe not. Okay, not 2 hours. It's taken me like an hour and 45. Maybe no, an hour and 30. I'd say, because I think it was like 15 minutes of bustedness. And then like 15 minutes of like, oh, thanks for the 50 bits, Denek. Thank you. Good luck with the lurk. Have fun with lurk. But yeah, I didn't realize that this would take so long. I also didn't realize what time it is. that much time has passed. Crazy. You know, what I haven't really thought of. Okay. Alright, and then I'm gonna see if this goes properly to the right spot. It does. Sweet. I've still raised a total of $10. Oh my god. So it's just sad sight. That's okay. I'm not super disappointed. I tried as bad as I can, so I'm not super like bent out of shape about it, but only $10. All right. If you're wondering what I was talking about, it's extra life. So if you press exclamation extra life in the chat, I think it works. It definitely works with Twitch. I don't know about YouTube, but it sends you to a link that you can donate to Extra Life, which that is a game charity group that gives funds to children's hospitals, which children's hospitals help children that have like that their family can't really completely afford the treatment, and they do that because they're a non-profit. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do some transparent red, because if you're wondering, there's a lot of red underneath as well. It's 2 layers of blue and 2 layers of red in this container. I've also made my own. Why am I crying? Oh my god. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button and like my eyeballs are like, I was switching to my crying expression and I'm like, I'm not crying. What I was saying, oh sorry, I've also made stands for the blind boxes as well, by the way, using Lego. So that's really fun. So I think that's one of my favorite things is that you can use, I realized that you can use Lego to make certain things that you need. And that's so cool. Like, because I was like, I want to buy some display stands, and I'm like, or I've got enough Lego to do it. If I design it properly, I can make display stands out of Lego. So that's really cool. Yeah, I'm slowly realizing as I fall into madness. This is also the other reason that they don't make these things like just pure brick, and they leave hollow spots, because oh my gosh, this is like so insane. The colors look cool. It looks pretty neat, looking at it like on the screen. It looks pretty neat, but I'm like, oh my god, there's just so much brick. Oh no, you're good. You're good. You didn't miss much. I'm still building. I'm still laying brick down. All right, now we can switch to red. I'm excited to switch to red. Let me get the blue out of the way. How much red do I actually need, though? Lego, yeah, transparent Lego is always fun. It's just because of the way it catches the light. But I'm gonna tell you something right now, actually, to be perfectly honest. You give me any kind of transparent plastic item, and it's automatically like super cool. Like I really love just transparent plastics, like the way that they shine and stuff. It's so cool. It's so cool. Yeah, 9 times out of 10 I'll buy something because it's transparent. Like in regards to collectibles, like if I like if there's a version that's regular and there's a version that's transparent, I'm like 70% gonna buy the transparent one. Like 20% might buy both versions, like the regular and the transparent, and like 10% of a chance that I won't buy. No, 5% of a chance that I won't buy. I'll buy this the regular one, and like another 5% that I just won't buy it at all. But for 70% of the time, I will buy transparent stuff. Oh, cats are a little. That's a little tricky when you're a collector to have cats around, because cats, well, they like to do things that are not safe for collectibles. So I don't have a cat. This is really cool, actually. This is really cool. I didn't even like. Oh yeah, like I remember the early 2000s. The 90s and early 2000s, like that was my jam. all of the things that were like, you can look to, you can see through it, you can see what it's made of, how it's, you know, what it's made out of. I'm like, bring that back, bring back that era, bring back that era. That was fun. I could do also the glow in the dark era. Also another thing. I'm gonna make a video. I need to make a video. I was supposed to make it last week. I'm gonna make a video about variant stuff, which includes like transparent or glow in the dark or light up versions of things. Because I know a lot of people are always like, do I buy it again? Because it's the same thing but glow in the dark, or it's the same thing but it has an extra item or something. And we always are like, that seems really dumb. Why do toy companies do that? In fact, I might even do a PowerPoint. But I'll first make the video. I'll first make a video and then I might do a PowerPoint. But I will be basically talking about how, you know, why they do variants and why variants are easier and why variants can also be better for collecting. But I'm also going to talk about my favorite things of like, I'm not the one, like, I will buy from a place if it's a good bonus item, but that's not like one of the reasons I get a variant. The reason I'll get a variant is if it's a variant of like a glow in the dark variant or a transparent variant. Most likely we'll probably be buying them. Now, well, collecting you can be financially smart when it comes to collecting, but there's a fine line between being financially smart with collecting and then becoming a reseller, and then a very fast and slippery slope to being a scalper. So you have to be very careful with how you do that stuff. So first and foremost, it's one of the things you always have to remember is that you're doing this for fun. You are doing this because you love the thing, right? So that's something that we should like never forget. Yeah, I've sold my stuff a few times, but for the most part, I have not really sold things either. There's a lot of times I've gotten like messages too, especially on my short videos, where people are like, "You've got a duplicate of that. Can I have it? Can you ship it out to me?" And I'm like, "No." And then they get mad about it. Sorry, my apologies. Then they get mad about that in the comment section, and they're like, "You have a duplicate though. It's a duplicate. Like, we've seen you pull 2 of that thing," and I'm like, that's not how that works. That's like literally if you went somewhere, if you were at a restaurant and someone went, "Oh my god, they gave me 2 hot dogs and I only paid for 1." You're not gonna go up to that person and be like, "Hey, I know you don't know me, but do you want can I have that other hot dog?" Like, no. Especially because like they don't know you. You're still a stranger, even though you happen to be maybe in the same community restaurant. So like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, as far as like selling things, I myself have not. I've done it a few times, but for the most part, I'll either just give it away, depending on the situation, or I'll keep it until I can give it away. This looks really cool. I most likely will redo this. I'll definitely probably put a plate down. Not on this one. I'll probably do. So this is what I'm probably gonna do for this one. I have some transparent tile. I'd probably put transparent tile down. It does look really cool. I think this is really cool, but I think off screen, because I'm not going to do it now, but I think off screen, I'm going to make this the last layer before the stacking happens. If that makes sense. So I'm going to, because right now, like, I do need it to be 2 bricks high so that it stacks properly with the stop bricks I have on the side, which then the stop bricks will have plates to kind of bind them together. But then like 15 bricks, they're gonna be 15 brick high pillars, and they're most likely going to be made out of I have 2x2. I have 2x2 pieces. They're like way over there, but they're like 2x2 snot bricks, and I'm gonna have those as like pillars, and then those will have plates on the sides, and then of course they'll be stacked too. So it'll be a little more structurally sound, but this would work. Let me moment of truth. This is probably gonna suck, but let's put a plate on here. How hard is it gonna be to get it off? Or how hard is it gonna be to get it on? Okay, so we could pry it off. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am gonna be super concerned. Let's see how far I can go with that. Can I, well, like, how is an 8x8 going to be really difficult to take off? Hold on. I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna hate this. Alright, let's try it. Okay, so an 8x8 would be like, okay, let's put it right here. 8x8, right? Okay, let's press that in real good. Thank you. Fuacore on Twitter and stuff. Fuacore is my she did the modeling. She's my VTuber mama. She did both the modeling and the art for the model for the avatar. And yeah, Fua did a great job. She's always updating it too. So that's one of the things I really like, by the way. What I like to do is I like to find artists and then continually work with them. I know a lot of folks sometimes will like use different artists when they do other things, but I'm one that always likes to grow with the artists. In fact, I wish I continued with certain ideas that would have been helpful for certain people, but for instance, I have friends that art friends that I've been friends with for like over a decade, and I'm not gonna drop names because I'm not that kind of. But I don't need to be a name dropper. But like I've known them for over a decade, and they've made so much great improvements. And they've done such incredible work, but I try to stick with those artists when I can, but of course sometimes they get way more popular and they get way better than I could ever afford or work with, so I lose kind of that connection sometimes, but it's a risk that I take, because I'm like, I could go with other artists all the time, but I'm like, you know what, I want to see them grow. I want to be the one that helps them grow, that allows them to grow, because then they have that kind of they have that freedom, and then they have that opportunity to do things differently. And for instance, this is 2.2, I'd say. I would say it's like version 2.2. Because it's still the same model, but we've updated certain things. So I can change my hair on this model. I can change the hair. I can change... I can put a hat on. Hat? No? Okay. I don't think stupid. I didn't send anything to F5 because it's a refresh button. I can put my hood up. It's better when I change the hair. I have the hood up. I have a whole new outfit. I I have a whole different outfit. We changed the hair. And then I have like a hoodie, a different hoodie. So I've got like a couple different things on this model. Digital art, physical art, very cool. Very, very cool. I just I didn't think about that. This is kind of like Sasuke. Digital art is what you make of it, especially if it's like hobby. And that's one of the things I always also mention to people. I'm like, don't worry if you're doing something, if you're a hobbyist, if you're at any level doing a creative thing, don't worry. Oh, the purple one. Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. But like if you're a hobbyist and you're doing something that's a hobby and you're feeling bad because you're not using it to become profitable or anything, don't worry, don't feel bad about it. Because a hobby is what you make out of it, right? Some people, they do make money out of it. They do kind of make that their job, and they do make it so that something they're making the living off of something that they're happy to do. But that's not for everybody. Sometimes it's just a hobby. And I've known a lot of people. Like I've known also there's a lot of people out there that I've known that actually love the job they do, but they also have a hobby. Another good example of that is if you watch the Paris Olympics, there are quite a bit of people. There's actually there's actually a project manager that was one of the swimmers. I think it was a bronze winner. So I've heard that too, and I'll say that also is inaccurate. I would never say that. I would say make your hobby what you want it to be, and if it's no longer fun, then it doesn't mean you have to stop it if you're doing that to make a living. But no, it's not your hobby anymore. Know that that's not your hobby anymore. That is now officially 100% your career. And maybe you have a different hobby now. Maybe something else becomes a different hobby. Maybe you do knitting or crocheting. So it's something to think about. We're going to end it here. But this was good theory. This was good Lego theory. We figured out that you could technically, like, if you have the bricks and the time and you're insane, you could make an entire platform of just 2x1s and just brick. Not necessarily, not specifically only by 2x1s, but make it all brick. And it would be sturdy. And for right now, this is actually not super heavy either. This will be heavy when I put more stuff on it, but it's actually not heavy because it's Lego and they're hollow in regards to like the 2x1s. So that's really nice. But yeah, it's very solid. It's very solid. So yeah, we've learned a lot of things, which I'm very happy about, because that's basically what we're trying to do, and we're trying to do in this session. But yeah, so I hope everyone has a good evening. I'll probably try to stream again on Monday or Tuesday, sometime in the middle of the week. And basically we'll just do this. We'll do more. We'll be working more on this. I will eventually I'm going to try to set up another improv game. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, we also do improv here, called Scenes on a Whim, where we have some guests come around and they basically are given a skit, and I tell them how to act. I just tell them act out the skit. It's really, really fun. And we've done a few episodes of it now. And it's really funny or scary, depending on the way that the theme of the show is. Anyway, I hope to see you in the future. I hope to see you all in the future streams. It's very interesting to watch. It's very fun. The last one we did was a murder mystery, so it was a little longer. It was a little more complex, but it was fun. Yeah, have a great evening. And everyone, always remember, you are worthy. You are loved. You belong. And you can and do wonderful things. Keep your star shining, and we'll always be looking for you in the night sky. We hope to see you again in the future, and if we don't, thank you for the time that you gave to us and allowed us to share. But we're going off air.